Hello and welcome to episode 2.
Yeah.
Or whatever episode we're on now. I think it's 2.
2.
Yep. Again, the episode number after the first episode.
Yeah.
Right, today we'll be showing you how to interface with the, well, this is just a 16 by 2. It's a generic 16 by 2 LCD display.
Very, very cheap.
Yeah, we do actually have the name of it. It's a compatible one with, I think it says in the header of that page you've got.
Oh, it's compatible with the Hitachi HD44780 driver that they're using.
Yeah, so basically it just means it's an LCD that's like every other 16 by 2 LCD.
Now, at the moment we're running it with Hello World and it's just comes up.
Then we just switch over to that.
How long it's been on for. And it will switch to nothing. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
This is
Just
Hello
about
World
it.
485 so on. I don't know, that number's too high. I'm going to take it down a bit.
Take that to 0. That's better.
0, 1, 2.
Unfortunately, would have liked to show you the backlight, but ours doesn't seem to have one.
No, we wired up exactly as they said. Because we got this Hello World bit of software from Arduino.cc
Yeah.
on the website, which is based on the libraries originally designed, was added 18th of April 2008 by David A. Mellis and modified in 2009 by Lee Morfried.
Yes, so basically we have this display line around.
Egoe.
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 I don't know
how to pronounce it.
So basically we got this LCD display quite a while back and we thought we'd include it in our next video.
I actually had that for about 3 odd years.
3 odd years, yeah.
It come from China and it was about 99 pence, I think.
So when you say you've had it for 3 odd years, do you mean it's been in the post for 3 odd years?
No, it took about 2 months to get it.
2 months, that's not bad.
So it's not the worst I've ever had.
So
But 99p,
yeah.
and that included postage.
Yes.
So I mean, it must cost more than that to send that from China.
Yeah. So anyone that watched our first episode would know that we mentioned about showing them how we managed to work out the pulse length for all the different servos we've got, and was going to show you how to do it yourself. We've actually modified it a bit. I mean, the first time we used this, I was sort of sitting there typing in values, trying to get it to go to different places,
Overrunning it
and that could actually damage the servos.
yeah.
So we've made up a little program that just does it all for us. Well, we don't tell you what the minimum massive value is. You need like pen and paper, you write down when it starts ticking, when it stops, and you add 10 either side. So, think about they start explaining the code.
Yes, explain the code, then we'll show it in use.
Yeah, so this is our first section of code.
Yeah, that's just standard and everything though, isn't it?
Standard and everything, yeah. Including.
You include, you need, this time you see there's an extra include.
You'll also notice we did do a couple of small spelling errors in there.
Yeah, I think, is this a print now?
Yeah, we have the Adafruit instead of Adafruit and PWM. Basically, what we do is we've written it all down and we've got working, then we've typed it up quick to try and to make this slide. And
some of it, they wanted capitalisation.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you're trying to type quick, it doesn't really work as well.
Your fingers not mine. They drift. Yeah, so we did make a couple of mistakes, but it's basically just includes. We put the whole, the standard one we did for the servo, but also you see there's an extra line under the YH, which is for the liquid crystal
display. Yeah.
display.
So what we
library.
Yeah. So what we've done is obviously, like he said, we've included our old servos. Obviously, we're testing the servos in this. I think one of the major things to mention is that the full script that we've actually got here that we're going to show you today is actually going to be in the description in a form that is using pastebin or another form, just so you can access it. Because we don't want to have like the full code in there, because when our projects get bigger we're going to end up with like a massively long description. So everything's going to be down there at the moment. So we're still not there. So if we move to the next section.
So this is what happened here is Dean was in charge of the servo side,
yep.
using the board that we showed last time.
Yep.
I was in charge of doing the LCD this time.
We like switching things around a little bit.
But this just basic little bit here, it's an initialisation routine that I took straight from the original Hello World, which just basically defining which pins it's going to be using.
And for me, it works pretty well.
Yeah, it does work.
So move over to the next block, is where you actually start writing things.
Yeah, you've got the LCD.begin, and that's where you define your characters by lines.
Right.
The characters come first, so 16 characters. There's 2 there, so it's 16 by 2. Don't get confused with this. This is something you can actually confuse it. Later on when you do it, it's 0 indexed again.
Right.
So it doesn't go up to 2, it goes 0 to 1.
Yeah. So this is basically just saying this only character's got this many lines you put.
Yeah. But it'll actually be, like the very first one will be 0. So instead of being 16, it'll be 0 to 15.
0 to 15.
And lines 0 to 1.
Yeah.
The simple stuff, and then I'll just print the servo number up on the screen. It'll look good when we run it. You'll see it will say the servo numbers.
Yeah. It's more of a two-way things. I mean, I'm quite a forgetful person now.
I mean, you could do this and put like 16 on there.
You could,
and work your way through, and just have a bit of paper and put min-max to each of them as you go. And
which actually I wish we'd done in the first place, but we hadn't had this idea at the time. I would like to say, however, this is not the episode we were talking about where we combine things. This has purely been done because
this is show you how.
This is how to use that display, and we didn't want to make a tiny little video on
how we did it.
How we did it.
But technically the wrong way, wasn't it? Really?
It was technically the wrong way, because we could have damaged the servos. Yeah. So we just thought we'll make a video on the LCD, and rather than make a little clip, we'll include how to get the values of the servos into this as well, just so it's all tied in. But this is not the episode we promised. We'll do the live episode, which is the next episode, which will be whenever we can, I suppose. Yeah. So
they'll probably have no viewers.
But it's still live. Just because there's no viewers doesn't stop it being live.
No, it'll be live, and when people start noticing us, I'm sure we'll get a few followers.
I mean, we're talking about doing a poll, aren't we, for our next module?
Yeah, we've got to see if we can work our way again to
include it.
Self-inspire bit.
So, I don't know, moving on to the last block of code, which is quite a big block.
Yeah. Well, this has actually been split mainly up, isn't it? It's still doing what you were doing literally before.
Yes.
But instead of having like your 2 for loops, we've only got 1.
Yeah.
Because we're only just taking it up. So we put in a low value and what the lowest we're going to go from and to the highest we're going to go from, which I believe we changed since we did this.
Yeah, we have now changed it from 50 to...
Well, it was 100.
It was 100. We now changed it down to 50, and we moved the mads up to 700.
It was originally 600.
It was originally 600 because we've since noticed the servos, although you won't notice it, they do have a tiny gap.
But just to quickly explain my little bit of code, if you look under the void loop where it starts, I've left the original comment in. No, line 1 is the second row.
Yes.
Since counting begins with 0. So you can see there first I'm setting up 0, 1. So I'm setting up the first character on row
1.
2.
2, yes.
Even though
row 1, row 2. Yeah.
And then you print in, I'll then print in I equals. And then the next time I go down in the for loop, I start at character 4.
Yes.
So the good thing is you don't have to update the whole display.
You can only
you can update from that character onwards,
which does make us quite handy, you know.
So you're not completely refreshing the whole thing. Just refresh, like on this, what we're doing, ours is a 3-digit number.
Yeah.
Right, and it will look at that. A maximum of 3, so it'll only update 3 character positions.
Yes.
At the max.
Yeah, which is rather helpful because it means that you're not wasting a lot of the time. So I think we've set to every second it goes up by 1.
Yeah.
So as every second it will tick again, or like 10 seconds on it. Every time it ticks, you want to be able to read the number from the display. So you don't want it to be like tick, 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 tick. But you also didn't want the display to be refreshing too slow. So minimum amount of refreshment is the best thing for that. If you go right down to the bottom of that block, you would have noticed where it says, do you want to read it out?
Oh, the chat conversation then, that's because I sent you my bit of code,
Through
your
Facebook.
bit of code through Facebook, and it decided to, we'll have this chat conversation end at the end when you copied it.
And obviously, as
It
I...
didn't do a beginning.
It didn't do a beginning, no.
It didn't start, it just ended.
Yeah. So as I hadn't seen the code before that he wanted me to add into the code we'd already written, I put that in thinking there might be something to do with it. It's not. Leave that line out. It will not work. You leave that line in.
Unfortunately what happened is you didn't show me the code.
I didn't show the code, no.
This is the first time I saw it on this bit of paper.
And this is the second time I've seen it because I've read it and then we were looking at the thing like, why did you say chat? And he was like, that isn't in my code. And then we found out why it was in the code and such. We've now told you.
So anyway, that's that done, and this genuinely is not a cheat sheet for me to read out anything. It's not no cue sheet, nothing. It is just...
Our only cheat so far was because we had that Arduino.cc page, we did manage to name the drive it was running from.
Yeah.
But that was only because I remembered that you had it in there. But
I mean, that is again
honestly a piece of code.
Just a piece of code, the original code, which will be linked in below.
Linked in below, yeah. Credit where credit's due and all that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've actually say, I don't know about you, I think the way the LCD is accessed is incredibly simple, and I think it's going to make. I think we could use LCDs a lot.
Yeah. So all your
and some different types of
all you viewers down there, if I switch over to this display for a minute, if you look at the bottom right screen, you will notice the wiring diagram they provided, which looks like Shiko Valley.
Yeah, we didn't use this
per se.
Actually, this could go terribly wrong, guys. If I wind this one out, you can start seeing a jumble of mess on our table here.
Our lovely black
Come on,
code.
switch it to the big one, I said.
I'll switch it to the big ones, because you love big ones.
Yeah. And this you'll see what I mean. It is quite a jumble. You've got the Arduino Mega down here. You've got the servo there. You've got the LCD, and you've got the servo driver board here.
Being held up by a servo.
Held up by a servo. And we've got my block power supply over there, which is literally out of view.
Well, we forgot to mention the mouse. I'll move the mouse in from in there.
Right, so we've got the mouse,
in the mouse. Clicking
if we need to. Right, you can go back to the screen now.
Right, so
we'll worry about zooming this in a minute when you've uploaded the new bit of software.
If we were to upload this bit, I just switch number 2. Let's let you, just so you know what happens when you're uploading. You have a little green light which goes orange, and then you'll see a red flashing light, and that's the beginning of the code. If we now wind down again,
wrong way. I think it's twisted. We'll have to sort this out in a minute. It's not a bad little thing. There you go. You can see that now. So servo number 0, and there is a number there. I'll go in just a little bit. 230, 240.
And now if I was to press this button, you'd actually see it working.
Yeah. Now if I go back to this, if I reset, it's like 50. If you look the arrow, which you can just see in the top right of your screen, which is not quite freely laid out.
There you go.
There you go. So it's not moving.
As soon as it reaches 130, you'll now see it starting to tick. This is because it's reached its minimum pulse. So if you were...
What you do is you'd quickly write that one down.
Quickly write down 130.
Now I said 130, that's wrong there.
That's wrong.
120. 120
is your minimum. Because if 130 is your first pulse, 120 has to be your 0 point.
0. Yeah. And if you keep watching, it'll keep ticking. That's 380, 390, 400.
I think this one calculated at 580, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah. So let's have a look. So if that's right, at 580 it should go. 590 it might move a fraction because we've not gone to the dead. We're only doing 10.
We're only doing 10s.
570, 580.
And there you go.
That stops moving.
You see, the reason you saw a little tick over there is because we don't do it to the exact 1 because that'd be what? 0.001 second of movement.
Yeah.
which for most
Yeah, you see that's
is
just
the original
reset
number.
back.
And now it goes up again.
Right. I have actually noticed there is a problem with our code.
Hit me.
When it goes down 2 digits, 50, we should have made it delete the last digit.
Yes.
It left it in.
So it said 500.
Yeah.
Right. That is our oversight. As usual, we do make mistakes because
Well, yeah, we're human. We make
we're
mistakes.
human, and to be honest, we hadn't noticed that when we was testing this about 5 minutes ago, or however long it's been. So,
But anyway, you get the gist. It goes, it ticks through. Now, like we like to do,
it's time to switch things
it's
up.
time. Now, we could use the Uno, but we're not. We're going to try to see if we can get this to go on the Protosnap.
Or to all of you people that didn't watch our first video, this is basically an Arduino Pro Mini, well, Mini Pro, however you want to say it. But it's just a cheaper version made by Sparkfun.
But it's basically, this is just a
FTDI.
communication go from USB to serial,
Yes. So
converting the logic levels.
if we just wind up the camera, and we can.
Right, well, you like to take that for a moment.
First thing to do, people,
Wind the camera
while
up,
he's wind that, I'll be
up,
unplugging the power.
pulling it all about.
Yeah, unplugging the power so they'll be done now, following our own rules-ish.
I'll tell you what is weird. You haven't stopped it. Yeah, that's better.
Is it?
Oh, it's all actually still running that screen directly,
Yes. Yeah, the screen.
quite nicely.
The screen on this is being run directly from the Arduino, whilst the
We've lost the
servo.
middle screen. So it's back.
Okay, I just moved over. I was on number 1 from there. But yeah, the servo is, as we said before, running from the external power pack because you do not want to overload your Arduino. If you do, you are going to mess things up and you might not get it working
So,
again.
these positive and negatives.
Those are positive and negatives.
Right, well, if I give you the positive,
Yep.
and you want to put that into the positive of the...
Oh, cheers. Love this job.
Yeah, he does. He loves this one. He really does.
Only thing about this board is there's some
Which
bigger
one?
text.
Not going to read it easier.
I'm still with VCC, isn't it? There it is. That's it, VCC space ground. Got it.
Right. What's your phone?
VCC in.
Ah,
What did I do wrong?
pulled it all over there, didn't you?
Yeah. Have you ground? Or was that the wrong
What
way?
have you done?
Rather than to my VCC. What was I supposed to do?
Oh, that's all it's going. Well, that should be your ground.
Close it down a little bit. It might turn off and it might turn back on.
Hopefully, it won't.
It won't take very long, it just has to refresh.
Well, that's not giving you as we got them.
That should be ground, but that's not. Oh no, why? Because we haven't turned this on, because we're being smart.
Right, that is your... Ah, now this is where you've got to be really clever now.
Right.
Where these go, these two, you've got to plug them to. Because there's your SCL and SCA.
Well, you know we do. Little trick for you people out there. The brake line on the breadboard, power does not flow over that brake line. You plug SDA into one, you then plug your SCL into another on a horizontal row, not a vertical row. As they are linked vertically but not horizontally.
It's very twisted.
Does seem very twisted, but I'm talking in my way.
Right, so you want
SDA,
SDA is the orange.
so going to go to this first row by here.
Obviously that's going to be the opposite one.
Which one's this one again?
So that'd be the SCL.
Which is that?
Right, now you need pins 2.
Pin 2 is there.
I want you to be careful not to put it
Right.
too far.
Pin 2, people, is on the other side of this breadboard. Pin 2 is there.
And actually we've never tested this.
We have actually never tested this. We
Three.
like We do like to do these ones live because we might have to do a bit of adaptation, which then means everything is shown on camera.
4.
4 to 4. 4 to 4.
5.
5. 5.
11.
Oh, right, 11's on the other side. Let me just get up for a minute, people.
That's 11. We're going to torch so he can see what he's doing.
11 is that one.
And the last one,
12.
12.
Goes to there.
Right, now this is completely and utterly
You know that thing I done last time?
out the loop. You left the cable downstairs. You've done it.
I'm now going to disappear through the hidden door once again.
I'm going to get the cable.
Go get the
downstairs.
cable.
Yes, again. Because he's a wally. And we actually had a longer lead this time for the A to B. I found a longer one. One for nothing. But there you go. When Wally Features comes back up.
I am back.
Wally Features is back.
One nasty thing to say about me this time.
Just said Wally Features is back. Put the servo back underneath there. That keeps it up nice and straight for us.
Right, start turning this back on.
Let's pull this way just a little bit so it makes it a bit easier for you to get to. Now, if all goes well,
This will start moving the servo straight away.
no, mate,
It'll be run the wrong program, isn't it?
didn't run a long program first.
That's not doing anything.
But it won't run the servos yet
I don't know why.
because they're not plugged in.
Can I have the cable? Thanks, Sean.
We couldn't run the servos because there is no servos as yet.
That just shows that that's all plugged in as far as that
And
was.
that's originally turning. You can see that's actually spinning around in the normal way.
I will now change my board over to the Uno.
And whilst you do that, if I start to
Wind yourself down into
wind
place.
this one down so I can see if I can get the screen and actually see the screen at the moment sharp wrong.
And now if I upload this code,
It's never been done before on this board.
no, I can agree that it's never done before. You are showing up, that's not doing anything. The display's off.
The display is
Hold on. It's on now. It's the same thing, so that's all
I
black.
can't see. I don't think this one's actually giving it enough oomph.
I would happen to agree with that.
I don't think it's giving it enough oomph. It is coming on and the servo is actually
Doing the usual spin, but this just shows that if you want to do this, unfortunately the Arduino Pro Mini or Mini Pro, whatever
It's
you want
not
to say
giving
it,
enough oomph.
doesn't give enough power to actually power this one. So should we show with the Uno, see if the Uno does it?
Can try the Uno.
Let's try the Uno.
Right, I'll wind this back up again then.
The first thing to do is to power off all your devices.
In theory, the Uno should probably do the same.
I know why. How do they even work?
No, what?
How did the servo move?
We
We have one pins 20 and 21.
Did you not change it?
We didn't change the code,
You didn't bother changing it?
but that still worked.
Or did you not change it? Change it.
But that worked for the servo.
Yeah, but I think this is something I was telling you about. That we think we may actually not actually need to do this coding. I think we might be able to get away with it.
You do seem to be able to.
Because I believe what I heard, and I don't know how true it is until I've had a look at it, that the wire library actually picks them up properly.
In which case, this is actually pretty good. So this is evidence for that at the moment, because that was on pin 20 and 21, which this board does not have. Re-uploading.
That is not got enough oomph. Not got enough oomph.
Definitely agree that is definitely not gonna happen. It's lit all up, but it's just
it's lit up.
you can't display.
And you notice the ticks are not as good.
Yeah, the ticks are a lot slower.
Right, then we need to move on.
Yeah, we do in fact need to move on. Let's try not to close the screen down completely this time.
And next time, put it in the top port. The top port gives it a little bit more.
Yep. Right.
Power. Which is the other thing you feel with.
We need to unwire this board.
Yep.
Let's get the Uno now.
Now, just the Uno, use the other lead.
Uno use the other lead, indeedy do.
And do we have Uno in hand, or is it packed away?
I just realised I unplugged all these cables in one go.
So we're going to have to redo them all over again.
We shall. But that's alright, we have a diagram on our screen. Ish. Right. Well, we do like having some fun.
Well, that's not made it fun, that's made it anything but fun.
Right, just disconnect them once. Yeah. And I remember we found SDA and SCL on there.
Yeah, well that's neither in or there, is it? When you've ruined everything else.
I haven't had to do everything else.
This show could end up being too long again.
Let me go see how long we're doing at the moment. We might have to pause recording and...
Well no, we can't. We'll just get on and...
Oh no, we're 26 minutes in there.
We'll have to leave it and come back to this one at a later stage.
You might have to.
And see if we get an external power for the...
Protosnap and see if that works, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, we would have showed you the Uno, but I did do a little websy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty certain it'll either run off Uno or be the same as the Protosnap, so either way, we've shown that it can work. You might need a bit extra power. Unfortunately though, this video is getting a little bit long now, so we don't want to keep it going. We don't want our videos to be like 40 minutes long.
So what we might have to do is do another mini show and then do the live, put the live off one.
Might have to live off an episode, yes. Or include it in the live, depending on how it's doing. We might be able to build this, include it in the live, and then start our build. So, I believe that's it.
Yep, I think that's it.
So that's goodbye from him.
And goodbye from him.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
When the mouse starts working. Don't you hate when mice don't work on certain surfaces?
Yeah.
Yeah.